we will come back with a simple program now. Maybe we want to compute the sum of two numbers a and b, just to show you the functions, initial starting of functions, how we use functions. Say if we are given that you will be inputted two numbers and you need to calculate the sum of those two numbers. A and b are the two numbers and you need to calculate the sum of those two numbers. So we can always write the program like this: printf enter two numbers. I will show you how functions are useful in different ways. Enter two numbers, so slash n over here and so on. Now I will scan those two numbers, definitely scanf. I will need 2%. So ampersand a, ampersand b, two numbers I scan, sorry for this, two numbers I scan. I need to add those two numbers and print the sum, so I can write sum is equal to a plus b, and definitely then I can write printf the sum of two numbers are, the sum of two numbers are, or is, sorry, two numbers is percent d, I am talking about the sum, percent d, which percent d is replaced by the variable sum. So if I just print execute this program, this should run. I need the a and b and sum to be declared, so definitely int a comma b comma sum, done. So if I run this program will definitely run. Say enter two numbers, I enter 56 and 31, and definitely it will say the sum of two numbers is 87. This is quite okay. Again I run it, alter enter, say 76 and 98, it is absolutely okay. So this program should run absolutely fine if I want to calculate the sum of two numbers. So now how to write the same program using say functions. Say this calculation of sum, if it is done in a function, possible. Say for example, I can write a function called addition, and that addition that is a function. So it must take two variables, must get two variables as input, maybe x variable and y variable. Two variables should be taken as input because addition will add two variables. And what will it return? It will return a sum. The sum also has to be integer. So definitely int addition, int x, int y, that's the function. Int addition, int x, int y, why? Because it is going to add x and y and return the sum. So can I write something like this? I need a variable, maybe over here I take a variable int s and I do s equal to x plus y, and then I write return s. Possible? I just take a variable s, I write s equal to x plus y and return s. The sum is returned. So the sum is returned means I have received whichever two variables I need to add. I just have taken those two variables input into the function. I have taken a new variable s, I have added those and returned. So how can I use this addition function properly in my program? Very simple. Instead of writing a and a plus b, I can write sum equal to addition ab. See what happens as a result? A and b, these are the two numbers inputted from the user. I just pass those two variables a and b as arguments to addition function. I know the addition function will add these two and return. So you see one thing, the values of a and b are passed as arguments to the variables within addition, that is it will be received in x and y. So x and y will be added and whatever is the sum, that is returned. So return means that is returned from addition function, and where is that received? That is received over here from where I called, and that is being assigned to sum means sum is having the addition of a and b. So rest of the program can remain absolutely fine. If I run this program, there will be a small problem. If I run this program, alter enter, one error. Do you know what is the error? That is a function prototype not defined. See, the function addition should have a prototype. That is, this addition function main does not know because you have defined it after main. So it does not know. So the prototype of addition has to be defined over here. Int addition int. See, two variables received. Two variables. It is going to receive two integers, add those and return one integer. Please understand, it's prototype. Its prototype, the prototype of addition function is it will receive two integers and it will return one integer. So once main knows it, now this program should run fine. Enter two numbers 56, 91. See what happens. The sum of two numbers is 147. This program also runs fine. Now this prototype, instead of declaring this prototype, if I would have defined the function here only, please understand what I mean to say. See, if I copy this whole thing, I copy. I have copied this. Now what I do is I paste it over here. I simply paste over here. I paste this function over here. Get rid of this part. So this function is now defined before main. So if this function is defined before main, firstly this function, then main is defined, then what happens? And this program is not there, this function is not there. Comment this out. See, I am commenting this portion out. Now, what I mean to say is only this addition function is written first, then main is written, but no prototype, special prototype is declared. Will this program run? Alt enter. See, now it runs fine. 45, 34. Fantastic. It is returning this, it is writing the sum. Now see, previously this addition was written, whenever addition was written, when you wanted to run it, it was saying define a prototype. That is why you had to define the prototype like this. Now why did not you need to define the prototype? Because this function has been written before main. So when main is running, main knows that what is the prototype of addition, because this prototype definition is very much a part of this one, int addition, int x, int y, because int x, int y is written over here. Main knows addition because it has been declared prior to main. Now you may ask the question, which function runs first, firstly main or addition? In any program, main is the first function to run. When you run the program from your black screen, like when you are running this black screen, whenever this black screen is running, you are pressing this run, automatically the command line calls the main first. The main function always runs first. In whatever order you write, doesn't matter. In whatever order you write, it really doesn't matter. Main will always be called first. So if you write addition first, doesn't matter, main first, doesn't matter, always main will run first. But the only thing, difference over here is, when main is running, addition is already defined prior to that. So the compiler knows that the addition function prototype is this. It receives two integers and returns one integer. If addition is written after main, you will have to tell the compiler prior to main that this is the prototype. It will receive two integers and it will return one integer. I think I could make this point clear to all of you. Okay. So suppose now the program is, now you may also ask me, so what's the point of say using a function? I could have just written sum equal to a plus b. It is much easier than calling a function, then doing all this, that. Doesn't matter. Why will we do all this? Yes, over here there is hardly any utility, hardly any role. But as I told you, for bigger programs, you will need to write, it will be easier for you if you can write the program unit-wise. Like you think, suppose you had to write printf function every time. Every program you use printf. Printf is a big function. If you had to write printf every time, then what? Clear screen is a big function. If you have to write clear screen function, the content of clear screen every time, then what? You are just calling the function, job is done. So maybe in many cases where functions are big functions, not small functions like this, then easily you can write it as a separate function and then call it easily time and again. Is that okay? Now another point I want to say over here, like int s equal to x plus y, return s. Now over here, if you declare it as not x plus y, x and y, but a and b, still hardly matters. Just change this x and y to a and b. Now one thing I want to again remind you, there is no relation between this a and b and this a and b. Remember, there is no relation between these two. These two are totally different. They are totally different. Like for example, if you write over here the sum of the two numbers, person D and person D, is person D. So the first one is A, second one is B, third one is sum. That is, this is A, the sum of the two numbers, content of A and content of B, that is A and B value of A, value of B is sum. If you write like this, say suddenly over here you had written S equal to A plus B. If you change and make randomly A equal to 5 and B equal to 3, if you make a change like this, now will it affect over here? Will A and B change? See, my question is, over here you have told enter two numbers. You are scanning. So the two numbers entered by the user maybe is 56 and 38. So 56 and 38 makes it 94. So when you call addition AB, what is being passed from here? 56. Remember, this is 56. And what is this? This is, sorry, what is this? This is 38. So you are passing 56 and 38 where? Over here. So what is this now? This is 56 and this is 38. But remember, their values are same. But this A, this B has got no relation with this A and this B. Only the values have been passed. They have received the same values. So right now this is 56, this is 38. But their values only are same. But A and B are present in totally two different variables, two different memory locations. So changing of A and B over here will not affect main at all. What I mean to say is, suppose you have written 56 and 38. So what have you passed over here? 56 and 38 over here, 56 and 38. So what do you receive over here? You have received over here. Here you have received 56. Here you have received 38. So you have taken int S equal to A plus B, 56 plus 38. You have changed A equal to 5, B equal to 3 and then return S. But remember, over here A is equal to 94 has been calculated already. Is not so? So if you return S, what are you returning? You are returning 94. But you have changed A to 5, B to 3. If you come over here, you are printing A and B. You may say A and B is changed. Will it print 56 and 38? Answer is yes, it will still print 56 and 38 because the 5 and 3 that was changed over here was in a different function. The two environments are totally different. Here it will still print 56 and 38. You can see for yourself. Alt R enter. Enter two numbers 56, 38. It will print the sum of two numbers 56 and 38 is 94. It is still printing. See, you had called over here you enter 56, over here you enter 38. You pass on 56 and 38. So now the control goes over here firstly. So what happens? Firstly A plus B, 56 plus 38. What happens? 94. What is S? S is 94. A is now 5, B is 3. Return S. What is returned? 94 is returned. Where does 94 return? Over here. Where do you receive it? You receive it in variable sum. What is sum? Sum is 94. Now you are printing A and B. You may tell A was 5, B was 3, but that was in a different function altogether. Here when you passed A and B, A was 56 and 38. So here A and B remains 56 and 38. Only its value was passed. But A and B are over here in main and A and B in the addition function, they are two different variables altogether. Okay, so still 56 and 38 is printed. Few more points that I can show over here in function is, say over here you had declared, let me get rid of this A equal to 5, B equal to 3 first. All this 94 disturbs. Let me delete these things. Let me delete these things 94. Now what I mean to say is, you had written int S equal to A plus B, return S. Even if you declare sum, doesn't matter. Any variable you can name, and that has got no relation with the sum variable in main. You have to return the value. Anyway, suppose I do not declare int S. I may do that. So this S is not there. Can I do directly this? Instead of this, taking a variable S, then calculating S equal to A plus B, then saying return S. Can I write just return A plus B? Let me run the program. See, 56, 38 still runs and says that the sum is 94. Do you get this point? Is this okay for all of you? So Even if you write only return a plus b, still the program will run fine. The program will not need a separate s to be declared and all these things. Another thing I can tell you, say over here you have taken a variable sum equal to addition ab. Can you avoid this sum equal to addition ab? Can you just avoid this entire statement sum equal to addition ab? Can you avoid the variable sum? Possible. Over here you can write the sum of two numbers %d and %d is %d. Over here, instead of using this variable sum, just call the function addition ab over here. Addition function over here, pass a and b over there. So see, ab and addition ab. The sum of two numbers %d and %d is %d. This first %d is a, the second %d is b, and the third %d is the sum. So you have called addition AB, and addition AB has returned the sum over here. You have just printed over here. Do you get this? I think this one is quite okay for all of you. Now suppose I tell you that we need to have many functions, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, many functions like this I need to have, and user will enter which one user wants to do. Does user want to do plus? Does user want to do minus? Does user want to do say multiplication? Does user want to do division? What does the user want? That is up to the user. Then what? Then also it is possible. You can write something like this, that scanf %d ampersand a ampersand. Firstly, four functions are needed. One is addition, the other is subtraction, the other is multiplication, the other is division. So like this int subtraction. So I have gone to another program where I can do any of this. Int addition, so next is int subtraction, almost same thing. You will need int a, you will need int b, and then you will just need to return what? Return a minus b. You just return the subtraction of a and b. Similarly, multiplication, you can copy and paste. I just copy it and now I paste it. So this subtraction, this is multiplication. Multiplication. So over here, this is done. Next I will do division. I copy, I paste. Now this is division. Okay, so this is a divided by b. This is a divided by b. This is a into b. This is multiplication. This is, sorry, a into b. Isn't it so? So all this can be done easily. Now you have to call any one of them, the sum or the addition or the subtraction, or any one of them you need to call. Which one will you call? That depends on the user. So you can tell a and b, enter two numbers, a and b have been entered. Now you may tell the user printf enter, say plus or minus, or see what I am doing, or multiplication or division, to indicate whether you want to add, subtract, multiply or divide respectively. I think you understand. I have told the user now that you enter any of this, either you enter plus or you enter minus or you enter multiplication sign or you enter division sign, to indicate whether you want to add, subtract, multiply or divide. Question is, where will you scan that? User is going to enter a symbol, maybe plus symbol or minus symbol or multiplication symbol or division symbol. So user is going to enter. Where are you going to accept that? All these are symbols. That means the only way of accepting it is %c. It's a character. So %c ampersand, what are you going to do? Ampersand, maybe option. What option I want to do? So option is another variable that you need, and that has to be a character. Please understand, you define a variable called option. You define it with the data type character. What are you going to receive over there? Plus or minus or multiplication or division? So over here you are going to check what has the user entered. So if option is equal to plus, see what I am saying? You just need to firstly check whether this option is equal to plus, If it is plus, then what you are going to do is you are going to print the sum of those two numbers, because user has wanted to add. If it is subtract, then also else if option may be equal to minus, in that case what to do? You have to call the subtraction function. So printf, let me copy it. Instead of just doing, just paste it now, shift insert. So this is pasting the sum of two numbers. Now instead of sum, what are you going to do now? Difference of two numbers. The difference of two numbers, %d and %d, is %d once more ab, but this time not addition. What do you need to call? You need to call the subtraction function, subtraction ab. So this job is now done. Else if, you need to check the option may be what else? Maybe multiplication. Maybe multiplication. If it is multiplication, what do you need to do? You just need to do the same thing, only the product instead of sum, this time product. The product of two numbers, %d and %d, is ab, and not addition, not subtraction, but multiplication. Multiplication ab. So I think you understand this. Next what to do? Else if the user enters division, that might be a case that user enters division sign now. Then what to do? Then again the same thing, you print, you paste, then not sum, not difference, not product, but the division result. The division result of the two numbers is, of two numbers, %d and %d, is not addition, not subtraction, not multiplication. You need to call division. But wait a minute, the division result can be float. The division result can be float. So please check that this you are printing, the one you are printing using %d, this result which may return can be float. This has to be %f then. But for this to be %f, this has to be float first. See what I want to say? This, if this returns a float, only then this can be %f. But you are saying this is int. So this is not correct. If this is int, then that has to be %d. Is not it so? But what do I want? The division result should be float. Is not it so? So it is better to receive the division result as a floating point number. So the prototype of division must not be int, but the prototype of division must be float, or the return type, this is called return type. Return type of division should be float. So float, I am saying, if you return a by b, but it is an integer, because a is an integer, b is an integer. If you have to convert a by b to float, what you can do? Typecast a to float. See what? Typecast b to float. Or you can only typecast either a or b to float. Any one of them can be okay. Anyway, if you typecast both of them to float, say a is 5, b is 3, you are converting a to 5.0, and 3 you are converting it to 3.0. Now if you do float a by float b, 5.0 by 3.0 will be a floating point number. You return that floating point number with what return type? With the float return type. Where do you receive it? You receive it over here in the over here, and what are you printing it with a %f. So this program should run absolutely fine now. I think you understand this. Can I run this program again? Alt R, enter. Enter two numbers. Say I enter 5 and 3. Now I say plus or minus or into or division to indicate whether you want to add or subtract or multiply or divide. Let me add first. So firstly, what is the error that is occurring? I will tell you what. See, it did not take that option. Why? See, when you entered 5, over here you entered 5. After 5, what did you press? Enter. Then you entered 3. After 3, what did you press? Enter. Now when you are going to scanf %d ampersand option, what is there in the buffer? Enter. So what does it scan? It scans enter. And as it scans enter, enter enters this option variable. This option variable is neither plus or minus or multiplication or division. What is the result? The result is it is not printing anything. You get my point? It goes out without printing anything. The option is scanning that enter. As soon as it scans the enter, what happens as a result? It is neither plus nor minus nor multiplication nor division. It simply goes out. What to do? You remember, after scanf, it is always a good habit to flush the buffer. If you flush it, the program will run absolutely fine. Let me flush it over here. Always, see, this flush was not needed because this was your last scanf. But as a habit, after scanning, go for a flush. If you run this program now, it will run fine. See what? Enter two numbers, say 5 and 3. Now you say you want to do plus. Go for a plus. Sum of two numbers 5 and 3 is 8. Run it with 5 and 3 again, but this time with minus. It is 2. Run it again. This time 5 and 3 again, but this time with a multiplication. 15. Again run it. 5 and 3 again. This time you will enter a division. What will happen? See, it's a float number which is being printed. So do you understand how functions are working and how it is working smoothly? You can write different function programs, different variations of function programs, and we will keep on writing function programs for a while after this. So let us take a bit of break and we will come back soon. Thank you so much.